Hey guys, what is up? Adam here. We are getting ready to basically show you good proposals versus bad proposals. Seems like a lot of people wanted me to talk about this more, so I'm going to get into it. I recently posted some jobs, so I can specifically go through and show you guys what is getting me to look at their profile, to set up a time to talk to them for these projects. There's been some really great ones. I've been surprised at the high quality of candidates. I want to select like 3 right off the bat, and I just posted this maybe like a day or 2 ago, and there's already fantastic people in there, but there's also some not good proposals in there, and I think that it would really help them if they kind of knew like what is not resonating and what's not going to get me to get a contract, or even like kind of talk to them, because it doesn't even look like they cared or wanted to really participate in it. So we're gonna go through that now, and yeah, see you soon. Thanks. All right, so these are just a couple job posts that I posted recently. I really, I don't know if you've been following me, but one of my main things on Upwork was to reach 7 figures on here, and be like, okay, we can make $1 million on here, and that's really an awesome thing. So I want to write a book about that and just highlight my experience through it, what I did, the foundation, the way I kind of gamified the pricing strategy, and just kind of built this business of freelancing. And one of the main core components of that was just being able to get the job in the first place, obviously, because if you can't work, you'll never be able to work any kind of gamification into your pricing strategy. So I knew early on that kind of getting someone to the table and getting the appointments so we can talk about the project was first and foremost. And if we're looking at this from a standpoint of a funnel of a freelancer, it's like, okay, what are the steps of making this whole thing work? Well, it's bidding on a job, especially if you don't have a record on there. So it's bidding on a job, getting people to look at your profile and be like, oh, okay, they kind of resemble something we want, or it's because a lot of people right from the profile or the bids think that they're just going to be able to do one of 2 things: fake their way through it and be like, okay, I'm going to copy and paste something, and hope that somehow that's going to resonate with the person posting the job. But most of the times that's not going to happen. It's really the thorough people that go through and look at a project and say, okay, I know exactly what this client needs and I know how to help them. And if we go through this project right here, okay, hello, I need help with my book. So, long story short, I want to have this book written. So I'm looking for writers about this milestone, and it's interesting that this is such a fundamental part of how I was able to kind of meet that milestone. So what's cool is there was a couple people that bid on the job that are already just super successful on Upwork already, which I think is great, because they can really add on to the project. I mean, I'm sure they have so much experience. Here's Valerie. She has triple of what I have. That's crazy. I mean, she's really crushing it. She has $3 million that she's made on Upwork. I mean, that's incredible. So, I don't know Valerie. I don't know how long she's been at it, but I mean, kudos to her. and it seems like she's just, actively bidding on stuff. So that's really great. So it's amazing, when you go through who Upwork suggests. Like, it just so happens to be these are my 3 favorite candidates. So, we could either start with the best ones, which are definitely from what I've seen so far, and we'll go through these, and you guys can maybe chime in, but usually this stuff's pretty spot on. And so that makes it super simple to kind of be like, it's not just me and my gut feelings, right? It's not like just me coming up with this stuff. Like, you're seeing it from the other side, how Upwork is showing you guys, who the best, or the clients who the best candidates are. But so, as a client, it's amazing for me that, like, I very rarely, sometimes I do, because they're really trying, and you can definitely get there. And so I haven't kind of gone through these, so we can go through these together, and that will be fun. And the top ones I already checked out, though. I'm like, okay, I'm sold on these people. So yeah, let's get on with this then. So let's start with some really good ones to start off on a positive note. Okay, it's at the top, and they have their scores. Okay, 90, 88, 97. I got no problem with that. Do I judge them? Do I judge, this person with 100, like they're better writers than the person with 90 or something like that? Of course not. I just think that they've probably had a different experience on Upwork, and different, client situations and things like that. So that stuff, I mean, it happens to me, and it's nice to have that perspective from a freelancer side, because I know that side of things. And sometimes you're out of control with the score. But kudos to Nicole for getting that 100%. I don't think I actually looked at. I think this is a new proposal. So let's check out Brian's real quick. And Brian, I hope you don't have a problem with this. Maybe I should be subbing out the names, but this is kind of live. Elias, hopefully, yeah. Maybe we should sub out the names, Elias, if you are editing this. Thanks, buddy. Just because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Hopefully, these, Brian and some of these others will like what I'm about to say, and hopefully the others, they can kind of, learn from it. That's the thing. It's not like it's not a bad thing. Like, there's so many jobs coming through that they can really polish this up quickly with very little risk. These connects are only 15, 40 cents a bid. So, I mean, this is nice practice, if anything else, guys. Okay, so Brian sent this over. Now, to be honest, I think this is a little lengthy, okay? But I don't mind it, because, I mean, this is a writer, right? So he actually it was nice to read. Right, so Adam, I've spent more than 8 years as a freelancer, editor, and proofreader of assorted material, including books and blog articles for online clients around the world. I did just this sort of work for a publisher of dystopian novellas, and the manager was quite pleased with my work. I copy edited 98 books, ranging from 40,000 to 50,000 words over 5 years. I also wrote lost 65.5 hours in Olympic National Park. My story of survival. Okay. So it goes on and on. Lets you know what he's done. So that's cool. He's kind of pre-qualifying himself, saying that, he's legit. He comes with authority. That's a really good idea, for sure. It also helps that Brian is top rated. I'm not going to lie. I think this badge is nice to have. And, I've spent a lot of time making sure that does not get messed up. So, he writes nonfiction. That's cool. I need nonfiction. I have a strong command of the English language, both U.S. and U.K., plus some French. and a little Latin. That's cool. That should help with my French, maybe. I have a sharp eye for detail, such as when I edited a book with words and places named for the languages, blah, blah, blah. So, he's definitely just commands that presence, right? Like right off the bat, he's coming in heavy. He's coming in saying, yeah, I can knock this out of the park. And I respect that. So I've already messaged him. And I was just like, wow, Brian, the force is strong with you. You said some really great things here, and I appreciate your direct, no BS sentence structure. I have no doubt you could help me convey my message to the masses. How do you usually work? Would you want me to have a rough draft with an outline and requirements? So again, my whole thing is this book. I kind of want to write half of it, but then I want to have professional writers help me because I don't know, I've never done a book before. And like I said, it would be really great to bring in some other freelance experiences because, my story is one thing, but, the whole point of my book is not just to have it about me and like what I did is just like, I don't know, a goal. But the fact is, I did it from anywhere. All I had was power and internet and YouTube basically to learn a lot of this stuff. So, I want to show that you could learn to write. You could do what Brian's doing. You could charge whatever you want to charge, write books. And that's the message behind the book. Hopefully that resonates. Anyway, so this is Brian. I've already reached out. I want to talk to Brian. It's really early in the States as we're talking, so he probably is sleeping right now. Now, Lawal, same thing. I'm not sure if I messaged him yet, but he looked great. So hello there. I'm glad to see your project as it brings a nostalgia feeling of my decision to leave my full-time work as a language tutor for what I considered an excellent way of defining my life. I am Lawal, and I have been freelancing for more than 5 years as a ghostwriter and content marketing strategist. In the last 5 years, I've helped over 350 authors turned their ideas to books that people are willing to pay for. I joined Upwork last year, February, and in less than a year, I had worked with over 170 clients, earned more than $350,000, and still counting. I have tasted the world of freelancing, and I understand how it works and helps. I am certain I can work with you to share your experience to others who need this information for a transformed life. Let's work together. Kindly check out my portfolio to see my writing style, and let me know if you have specific experience from me as concerning my style of writing, and I will make necessary adjustments to fit into your expectations. So this is awesome. I need to reach back out. He had a couple grammar errors, but Jesus, I mean, if we're all judged on the grammatical errors that we write in our bids or just text in general, that's a big ask. Hopefully in the book he can dial that in a little more. But it's something I took notice of, but it's not something that's gonna be crazy. I just don't want to have to edit it myself because that's a big chunk of what I need help with. So I'm gonna ask him about that. And I don't know. Sometimes I've asked people, like, when they're bidding and it has like a ton of spelling and grammar errors, and I'm like, you make like, do you see anything wrong with this? And I give them time. And then it's weird. Some, get defensive about it and are like, and it's clearly wrong. And they don't want to proofread it for some reason. And I get it again from the freelancer side. I think it's sometimes kind of tough to, see the forest when you're in the trees, kind of thing, because you've written it. You don't see sometimes that small minutia that other people kind of coming into the project and new would see. So again, I understand, but I think he'd probably do a pretty good job. I love how he, really paid attention to the project at hand. So again, let's talk about this real quick. The project at hand. So many freelancers, and you're going to see this, don't even look at the, what they want and won't take the time to do what Noel did, Lowell. And yeah, he like really understands, exactly what I'm looking for, and that's cool. So, respect to him. And if nothing else, if not the book, like I definitely want him at least writing content and other things. Like, again, guys, we can write more than one thing. We can do simultaneous things in this type of world, which is just amazing. So we can, I think Brian and Lowell are just both hires straight up. Like, I want to work with these guys, just period, end of paragraph, right? So, go back here. Okay. So now, all right. So now, this is just an obvious heavy hitter in the game. I think I've seen Valerie before. She's obviously been on here for some time. She's crushing it on Upwork. And what's crazy is, I think she wrote this, but she doesn't usually work per hour. I think she does per project. And then I think she does all her own stuff, which is just dope. I'll let her speak on her, business. But it's just whatever business model she has, it's dialed in, and it's really, really awesome. So, she wrote, "I'm the most experienced writer on Upwork with a 97% job success rate and over 8,000 positive feedbacks to back that claim up. Thank you for considering my bid for your book project. You can find over 100 samples in my portfolio at bingobingo.com." Just kidding. And I've attached a sample book here too. I've written for several clients in the freelancing industry and worked with others to tell their stories and experience. My standard turnaround time is 1 week on most projects, and I offer free revisions with the scope of the project. And attached is one of my questionnaires if you find it useful in providing your project details. My bid is $37.50 for writing one book, 300 pages. Please keep in mind I do not work on an hourly basis, as my rates are based on page count. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, so you gotta respect that approach, right? She's coming in super duper heavy. The authority behind that is just, I have my project dialed in. So again, I don't, how is she able to write a book in a week or turn around something in a week, 300? Like, you got to think, I don't know what she's got going on. She may have a team of really awesome writers that help fill in these blanks. I don't know what kind of shop this is. If she is just a machine, just, able to rail Adderall and just go crazy, just writing and typing, okay, awesome. So I'm kidding, obviously. Again, I don't know what she's doing. So it's something I definitely want to pay attention to, because that could be, again, something that, hey, if it's not this, it's something else. She's got, she does the ebooks, she does articles, blogs, press releases, web content. So, it's pretty awesome. It's a nice proposal. And $37.50, it's really nice to get those kind of just fixed things where you're just like, okay, I know exactly how much that's going to cost. And, getting messed up. I know exactly how much this is going to cost, and I can just kind of set that money aside, and that's it. They're gonna do this and crank it out. So I definitely respect that game. I'm gonna talk to Valerie. Really, I want to check out her work. I want to see how it is, see if it can jive with me, and because I want to mix in some of my humor, and she's got to kind of understand how it's gonna flow. We got to be able to work together. It's got to be fun. So, yeah. So, sorry about that. They always choose to just start ripping up pavement every time I record. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next. So these are 3 awesome proposals. I love it. All right. So now we have another best match here, and we have Nicole. All right. So with Nicole, she writes, "Hello. As my profile indicates, I have more than 20 years." Hey, before I get into Nicole, I just do want to say one thing. Okay. Here's the thing with Valerie, and I encourage people that aren't Valerie, who don't have that kind of record, to not kind of do what she did, because it was a little copy and paste and routine. And I do, I liked how Lawal, really spent time going through the project. So, I'd say, again, Upwork did a fantastic job with, I think, ranking these people. It's amazing that they just know me, because I think that because Lawal really sunk his teeth into, here, let me pull it up here. So yeah, because he was really looking at it and paid attention to it, and I knew coming out of that, I don't know if Valerie even looked at my project. I think that she probably has a bidding machine out there that can just hit up every writing gig. I mean, she's probably just swooping it all up and just coming to it from an authority place. So, again, I think that I would probably choose Lawal over Valerie at this point. Upwork AI coming in, kudos. Okay, let's see, how they did with Nicole. Back to Nicole. Sorry for interrupting, Nicole. Okay, so hello. As my profile indicates, I have more than 20 years of experience in developmental editing and ghostwriting in various subjects ranging from business and entrepreneurship to self-help and spiritual titles. I utilize the Editorial Freelancers Association rates table to determine all my fees, as it reflects industry standards and is formulaic in its calculations. Okay, I'm kind of already asleep. Thanks for letting me know that, Nicole. Cool. I don't know if that's how I would probably open up. Okay. So based on the current job description, it is difficult to determine a production schedule and potential fees for this project. However, I am open to discussing your manuscript further. I have attached samples of developmental edit documents of manuscripts that were already written, although they are fiction titles. Although they are fiction titles, the developmental needs are relatively the same: organization, clarity, goal of the material, etc. It appears from the job description that your project is still in the conceptual phase. Please feel free to contact me regarding the success of your manuscript. Okay. Well, so far, that's definitely, out of those 4, where I would rank that one, to kind of put it politely, because, all right, I've told you guys, a lot of this is relationship building, and I don't know. It looks like she has 100% experience. She probably takes this thing super duper seriously. She'd probably do a really, really, really awesome job. I'm sure she looks like she just, is structured, does what she says she's going to do, is dialed in, and you have to be prepared for that. So I think that someone like this would be great for someone else, because that is not going to jive well with me. I am, different hours, different days. I have a 3-year-old. I'm up, I'm down. Like it's crazy. I'm in Europe. I'm in the U.S. Like I'm gonna change this thing like a bunch of times, which goes back to Valerie's thing. With the fixed bid, it's like that's cool, but I kind of want to partner in this more than anything else. So that's why I still, if we're all being friends here, I'm still putting Brian and Lowell up on top because, I don't want to make a deal with a machine right now. That's not my goal. I want a partnership. I want someone to put some real energy. The person that's actually writing. I don't even know these people. Though I know from Nicole that she adheres to the fee schedules. Okay. I don't know. So let's go into Nicole's profile real quick. Because I'm at least enamored because I really didn't get too much off that. Earnings, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Sample writing. More than 20 years of experience editing books, online content, and educational materials for various industries, including business, self-help, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, she seems super qualified and just, great. She's probably doing really fantastic on here and working with great clients. I just, looking at this, I'd like her to probably focus on her thing more instead of this project because I don't know if she'd have fun with it. I want someone that's going to have fun with it. That's really why I'm attracted to Lawal's, proposal here. I just really think this is great. And I forgot to show you guys, his profile before. And I forgot to kind of explain, the next step in most of this is looking at their profile, right? Like if you're not, like I've been so sold on Lowell and Brian that like I didn't even really go too far into their profile because I just knew I would jive with them. So just going in, this is Lowell's, and if I were him, I would definitely put more here. I don't know. You have all this real estate. I often talk about the real estate on the profile page. Like imagine having this big property, and you choose to just like put a little, like one of these little small homes, And while that's cool, but I don't know. It's you wanna do everything you can with that real estate because it's there, and I do like how many reviews he has on here. He seems great. So I can't wait to message him and hop on. And then Brian, same thing. Let's get into his profile too. Oh, here we go. Okay, so again, just to come back to here, look at the difference. Like I just know he's talking to me, and that's so much nicer. Same thing. Great reviews, and going to his profile, he bangs out some copy right here, which is great. I won't get into everything right now, but you see he's thorough, and it goes to his whole thing is just really showing he's professional. He can knock this out. He's qualified, and I love it because he's not repeating himself too much in his proposal, but he definitely wrote a lot for his proposal, but it's not the same thing. He didn't just copy and paste from his like profile to his proposal, which is the worst. It's the worst. So that's great. So do you guys see that difference there? Okay. So moving on, let's go to Samantha here. And it's also, we should take note that while while I'm here, I did want to say something that's a little peculiar, I'd say, that I do take notice of, and I want to be real with you guys, right? Because then if not, then how is this effective? But the thing that struck me is that when Lawal said that he made like $350,000 through Upwork, I don't know, he wrote that somewhere, maybe in the proposal. Yeah. Or is it 35,000? Oh, I'm sorry. 35,000. Okay. Yeah, I can't read. I'm an idiot. My bad. Sorry, Lawal. Because maybe you did. It says 10,000 plus. I don't know. But I thought it said 350, and then it's like, well, why? What happened to that profile? So that would be questionable. But maybe 35. He maybe did some agency stuff here and there. So whatever. It's not that big of a discrepancy. Okay. So Samantha. All right. I would love to help you write your book about freelancing. This sounds like a fun and interesting project and would love to be considered. Please read below an overview of my skills and expertise. Feel free to message me with any questions not covered here. Please review to see why this is the only proposal you'll need. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, I think that... I think Samantha, I think it started off great. I think it's really, you probably didn't need much more than that. I do like, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's a, to put all of this in here, it's a strategy, right? But it's not a strategy I would usually go through. I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you guys, but I do like how I now know, without even going to her profile page, everything that she does. And that's pretty cool. And it's laid out nicely with the icons and stuff like this. I haven't seen, many like this that aren't really cheesy. I've seen really cheesy ones, guys, but this one's pretty cool. So I'm not going to knock this one. I'm usually opposed to Control-C and Control-V stuff anywhere on the proposal. But I have to say, I don't really hate this one. So we'll just kind of let it go for right now. Yeah. So I may message her. She can obviously write. She seems, enthusiastic about the project, which is nice. Again, that's not the vibe I was getting from Valerie and Nicole at all. So I do like that. I'm going to give her a thumbs up. And the only thing I guess I don't like is, or I don't even know anymore, it's not the worst thing in the world, is that she's affiliated with an agency. So, hopefully they can make sure that that project gets off the ground or what. We'll talk to Samantha and find out. Okay. So now we have Rachel. So she's been on here for a while. She's done really well. She's got a really low rate. She could probably up that. Hello there. I'm Rachel. An expert writer and creator of blog content with over 5 years of experience after examining the above job descriptions. I'm thrilled at the prospect of writing for you. I can't wait to learn from your wealth of experience. I have zero tolerance for plagiarism. Because of that, I ensure that all of my articles are 100% unique. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. I have premium plagiarism tools like Copyscape and Grammarly to ensure this. In addition to the uniqueness, I also utilize premium Grammarly to ensure that my articles are error-free with zero grammatical error blunders. I also have other premium tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, blah, 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 blah. This was what I'm looking forward to. Okay. You know. So, yeah, I mean, I think it starts out good. I like how she, kind of says that she's doing all the work herself, and, that's nice. Yeah, she's from Ohio, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, she's got a great record, it looks like. It seems, though, she's more a content writer than, ghostwriter or novel writer. So, I think maybe she's definitely someone that I would want to connect with to write some copy for the blog, or some of these other clients that I'm working with who definitely need content writers, because it seems like she's really well qualified. But I don't know if she's doing 300-page novels and stories and things like that, because I think that is a different animal. So we'll ask her about that, but it's just not coming off like that's her typical thing. And if I'm going to be partnering with a book, with a person, then I kind of want someone that's done books before. I think that's important, because if not, I would just like to write the whole thing and not outsource any part of this. So that's just my piece on that. But, like I said, article writing and things like that should be great, it looks like. So happy to get that going. Now, what do we got? We got Cynthia. All right, so hello, my name is CK, Cynthia Gurin, professional editor, author of 8 books, and co-author of 6 authors. I am a native Floridian. After college, Miami-Dade, I worked as a licensed real estate broker and appraiser for multi-million-dollar residential properties. I've been see what just happened there, by the way. Okay, that was great. I hope that's recording fine, because you see what just happened, right? I am right here, okay, and she just really made me want to click and go through it, because it was like, I don't know, the way the story kind of led in was nice. So I just wanted you guys to take note of that. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you don't get that click over, because that was really continuous. That was nice. She did a nice job writing. I like that. So I've been writing, co-writing, ghostwriting, editing, mentoring talented authors, and I've also been pro bono director of an award-winning children's story site since 1996. Most of my work comes to me through referral, but occasionally I'll browse Upwork to see if anything interesting catches my eye. This did. Oh, shit. Do you see this? Do you guys see this? I'm saying her words, right? And I'm not tripping over them, because some of those other ones I sound like I'm stuttering and blah, blah, blah. I can't read. And normally you're right. I'm not like the world's best reader, but this is easy, right? This is easy to roll off. Like the whole thing from the start to the click to right now, I was just able, like, she just handed me a transcript and I was able to read this. I've never looked at anything Cynthia's ever written. I don't know her, but the thing just flowed. Do you see, like, I don't know about novels yet, but at least she understands, wow, I looked at your project. I know how to write. I'm interested. Like, all of those things were conveyed. I'm qualified. All of those things were conveyed in a cogent manner, in a way that flowed, in a story way, without being like, I don't know, like, and not, pardon my French, but like a rude, like, I don't know, like a cold way, like, I don't know, like, I don't want that. This is warm. It's really, really inviting. And yeah, I'm really, I'm happy to see this so far. So I've been writing, co-writing, ghostwriting, editing, mentoring, blah, blah, blah. I read that already. Most of my work comes to me through referral, blah, blah, blah. I'd like very much to learn your background and what kind of notes you've assembled for me to go by. Oh my God. She's like reading my mind. Really? Like that's what I have. I have like a shit ton of notes. I don't have everything's here or like spread out in here in this little closet studio. It's all over the place. So she's saying all the right things. Like I am, this is working. This relationship, when you're writing these things, I know she's a professional writer, but like, man, you got to think like, how do you swoon someone, right? Like, how do you get them to the next step? And I don't do it nearly as good. I'm so glad you guys are seeing this because this is something special. Just take note, guys, because she's really doing a good job. Showing that she cares, she's qualified. It's a nice mix. So assembled for me to go by in order to accurately produce the type of book you have in mind. My author editor page is thequantumcat.com. Cool. Click on the cat at the top of the page and you'll see writing examples in a variety of genres and scenes, or scroll down and you'll see editing samples along with client feedback. Cool. Wander around the site and click on anything you find interesting. If you think we're a fit, I'd enjoy hearing from you. Best, Cynthia. So that's awesome. I'm interested. Let's see here. Let's scroll down. Okay. Professional editor, author of 7 books, blah, blah, blah. She kind of, mentioned that already. She went to Europe, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Stuart, Florida. That's where my parents live. Really, Stuart, Florida. And Europe, I'm there. So she goes back and forth between Florida and Europe just like I do. That's really cool. Now let's just see some of her past experiences. This looks great. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Wow. She looks like she has a better profile. She has a better thing going than mine. And she's only had 7 jobs. She's just getting started with this, guys. 51 hours. 51. It's amazing. And so, so she's, I think, higher than Brian Lawal. Let's look here. Brian was 30. Lawal was 35. Valerie was 30. Nicole was 58. And Samantha was 40. Rachel 20. Cynthia 45. So, Cynthia's, coming in basically on average. I do think it's funny. I just don't get this Nicole. She's, I don't know. It's these other people seem like they have more experience, right? But she's still coming in higher than the, every other bid, but still coming off like she doesn't really want to help. So maybe she probably knows it's not a good fit, and that's she doesn't really want the job. So that comes across is my point. But the 45 I think is reasonable with Cynthia because wow, I really really liked what she had going on because I think that she could do pretty well with this. Okay, so David was I think he was one of the first guys that applied for the job. I invited David to the job, and that's how he got it over so quickly. So that's cool. I like that he's a hustler. And yeah, I reached out to David already. He wrote, "My name is David. I'm a writer, editor, ghostwriter. Your request is clear, and I'd be willing to work with you on getting many contents published. Writing a book on your life's experience and career is not only a source of viable income once published, but more importantly, furthers your mission by educating and raising public awareness. I can help you turn your thoughts and feelings into the right words that elevate personal experience to universal connotation. Cool. Published book can make a difference in beneficial, meaningful society. Okay, so I liked it. I reached out to David already. I still need to get back to him. I'm trying to talk to him and set up a time. He was sending me some samples, and he's got a great record too. Yeah, he looks great. So I may have him either work on this project or another project. I know it's like how many I told you guys, like there's so many good options here already, right? Like that's, what do we have up to, like four options, 5 options, 4 in the book. It's been, and the other thing, guys, when I posted the job, I selected expert. I think you always want to do that. And anybody on the freelance side, like try to be an expert, honestly, because that's what people want. So if you can, I would say strive to become one, because if you're putting that you are, low or medium, people are choosing those options less and less. So it's going to be difficult to, to rise up on the search. Just FYI. Now, let's look at David. He's just starting out. Okay, I'm a professional author going under Julius Black. I've got everything you need to tidy up your book and boot it out to awaiting readership. Okay. All right, player. I get it. That's cool. That's honestly how I usually respond to invites. So, it led me to going into this. But when I do go into his profile, it's like, okay, I get, you want to play the sentence game to get them to look. I get it. I do that. I don't want to send too much of that first thing. I want to get them to click into the profile. And then I want to unleash, holy shit, this guy's got a lot going on. Like that hooks them in. And then they read it for themselves, like all of the accolades and that type of thing. And I think that's sometimes a better move, because it's like a little more, I don't know, push versus pull. Or pull versus push, however you want to describe it. But I think that funnel strategy has worked for me. But this is the thing, guys. For him, he doesn't really have a lot going on his profile side, and the problem is he doesn't really have any reviews. So something's got to give here, guys. He's got to attach a portfolio, right? He's got to show something. I have no idea. He's telling me pseudonyms. All right, bro. Like, come on. Like, I don't know, man. I'll check it out, maybe. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater here, but again, it's something, maybe take the effort to just show me, like, we're trying to keep everything on the system here, bro. So I'm a published author under Julius Black. I don't know, man. It seems like I guess he writes some of those, like, you ever see those like those romance crazy, like Married to the Game? I Have No Angel. So I have a friend who used to read books like this. They were pretty crazy. I don't know. So I don't think this one's for me. Okay, here. I didn't see this. So we put employment history. Okay. So he's trying. I mean, I guess he wants to succeed. I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this dude's legit. He's going under different names. There's a lot of red flags here, guys. I'm sure he's a good dude, David, Julius, whatever he is. But these are things that, like, I'm not ready for these types of facts or discrepancies, right? If, like, imagine starting to date someone and already, like, there's weird texts and phone calls and, like, weird shit already happening, and, like, you look at the license and it's like a different name, different country, like they could be married or some shit. Like, it's like, okay, maybe after you fall in love with them, you're able to, like, look beyond the craziness. and be like, okay, you go under all these different names and blah 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 and whatever. But I don't know. Not when there's a wall, you know. Well, not when David and Wawal are there, and Brian, and some of these other people. You know, Cynthia, right? It's like, how are you going to compete with Cynthia, David? You know, she writes books too. Everybody writes books, so you got to think about that, man. Okay. Again, David, this is all in love. I hope this is helpful. And Elias, if you need to block out this stuff, I don't know. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. But I think it's important. I think it's everybody wants to get jobs, right? And to like get quality work. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. So all right. So again, we're kind of drifting into not as good territory. So I know we're coming in on almost an hour here, so I want to go through these. I don't think it's fair to like kind of bash them on an individual level, but let's go through why they're probably getting deranked on here, and you know, see how they can make this better. Or, you know, so if you're throwing bids out there, that you're not wasting the bids and that you have the best opportunity to, because I know, like, I said that they were cheap before, right? But like, not if you're bidding a lot, not if you're bidding 30 times, 40 times a day. You want them to be effective, so you're not just throwing these things away, because they can add up. You know, they should be impactful. It should only cost you a couple bucks to get a job, not a couple hundred. Okay, and that's all determined on your close, on your bids. So guys, like, this is what not to do. This is why you're getting deranked. And this person was in this. You know, even like Philip right here, this person was invited. You know, and still somehow they got sent to the bottom. So, you know, let's start here. So this is Philip. You know, thanks for the invitation. Yes, I can help you write your book. I'm willing to collaborate and make myself available 15, 20 hours a week if necessary. I'm attaching a sample of my work. I have you added for a client, and I look forward to hearing more about you. So Philip's top rated from LA. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. So far, I don't know why he was at the bottom of that list. Again, this is, you know, where Upwork put them, and I invited them because I think they originally looked good when Upwork originally asked me to invite them when I originally posted the job. So I don't know what, you know, I can't explain why they put him, you know, over here at the bottom. But let's just okay, so hello, future client. Comedy is my forte, and it will serve you well whether you need an explainer video, web content, a Kickstarter campaign, a speech or TV, film, script, etc. Comedy focuses attention and is effective in keeping your audience enlightened and entertained. I bring you a wealth of experience as a writer who works at the top of the food chain. With over 30 years of professional creative experience, I've earned my black belt in screenwriting, film and TV, copywriting and advertising, speech writing, blogging, and explainer videos. On the screenwriting side, I've worked on TV shows for MTV, Fox, Universal, and have co-produced 3 TV pilots with Seinfeld's Jason Alexander. Looking forward to working with you, Phil. Well, I mean, that's why I invited the guy. I mean, he crushed it. Like, these again. Do you see how effortlessly I read that through? So here's the thing with him. I mean, I don't know about books or like whatever, but the screenwriting possibilities and him writing possible scripts for me, because if I could read, you know, what he just wrote and he knows what I'm trying to say. Wow. Because I need someone like that. As you see, I just kind of ramble when I don't have someone like that. And if he could write that and I could just get into it more, that would be really, really dope. So, maybe it's a little smart that Upwork put him here because it's maybe not for this job, and they were probably like, okay, well, he does this, that, and the other thing, but I think he's awesome for writing scripts. It looks like so, and he followed up. This is great. So just going into more of his reviews. Wow, all fives. This is great. He's done TED stuff, has a portfolio going. That's super important, guys. Has the employment history filled out correctly. It's really nice. It's really nice. He's worked a lot of hours. Screenwriting. Yeah, creative writing, screenwriting. So I really, I think Philip would be, wow, just someone I would love to. I mean, if he has available time, man, I would love to hire him for me, and I think clients could really benefit from that because they're always asking me to write, video scripts and things like that. So man, that's super duper specific. I'm so glad I found him. I'm going to, I invited him originally, but yeah, he sent this yesterday. I'm going to message him today because I'm really stoked that he has availability. Love it. So, but they put him at the bottom. So that's the thing. There you go. Here's the thing. Not too many people have bid too. I think that's the deal. Usually there's like a couple pages. So we're still pretty early on this. These are just like people I invited and, about a day into it. So, okay. So let's move to Sheila. She's just getting started out. So not a lot of data to go off of for Upwork. So I have a doctorate in education with a major in English. I am currently working on writing a fourth novel in a series and a second children's book in a series for publication on Amazon. In total, I've authored 7 books, both fiction and nonfiction, ghostwritten 2 nonfiction books, written 2 biographies for other people, written school curricula for several different subjects, KS through college, and written Sunday school lessons and coordinating resources for a national publisher of church publications. For the past several years, I not only have authored books of my own, but also have helped numerous other aspiring authors by editing their work, formatting their own into paperback and ebook versions, designing their covers, uploading, blah, 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 blah. She seems awesome. So, man, I think this is the situation. I put that I wanted an expert, and there are experts showing up. So, she seems really great, guys. Moving on to her profile. I have a doctorate in education, both English and so this is what I don't like, though. Sheila. You don't need to say it twice because I want to see it. I want to see other things. I think it would have been a good idea to maybe just shave a bunch off of here and just be like, I would have liked it for her to look into, what I was actually asking. Think about Lawal. Think about some of the other people that Brian that looked at what I was posting because I know she's still new, so maybe she doesn't understand this, and I know that she wants to show that her she's super qualified, and I get that she wants that job. So Sheila, pay it get into your storyteller, why I'm writing this book, and just kind of convey that okay, I'm paying attention to that because I think that will resonate a little more. Hopefully that's helpful. So, okay, now we got Sabi. All right. I'm keen to write your ebook with a solid branding. Okay, I don't want an ebook, so that's the first thing. Sabi, got to read what I want. I definitely want a book, not an ebook. When I think ebook, I think 20 pages, 30 pages, tops 50. I'm going for a big banger here. I want a thorough novel, okay, about freelancing. I want this thing to be a beast. I'm keen to write your ebook with a solid branding voice that delivers a unique message with 6 years of experience in the writing industry and over 10,000 pages in the bag. I've created brand messaging for various clients. For this type of project, generally I would charge 3 cents per word with an attractive 3D cover page for free. The price also covers unlimited revisions for no extra charge. Okay. Sabi. There's a phrase that I use, and I'm not going to repeat it, but it has something to do with going through the bases in a relationship. Okay. First base, second base, third base. And when you come off the bat, just prices without any acknowledgement, whether, you didn't know I needed the book. I don't even know if you read any part of my proposal. Like I literally don't. And so, yeah, these are things that are huge red flags. And then you come off like just automatically into charge mode, and it's like, slow down, man. Like, I've extensively written content on topics, and now you charge, and now you're trying to like justify that charge, and it's like it should kind of be the reverse, right? Like, it should be authority building, and then it should be acknowledgement and care. And then it should be authority building. And then only then should you try and make any effort to try and close me. Because only then, again, we talked about swooning. You're not swooning. You're just talking at me and telling me prices. Like, if I wanted that, I don't know, I would go to Fiverr. Just kidding. All right. So, digital marketing problem. I don't know. I don't even care, honestly. Google certified writer and Yoast WordPress writer. Okay. Not a book writer. I don't even care. All I saw also was 1 star. And again, that stuff happens. But like, okay, so she disappeared after the first milestone was paid without completing the rest of the work. Had to find another freelancer to redo all the work. So, like, you get crazy clients, and it's just one star. But man, people disappear all the time on this, and that's a problem. I wish they didn't, but it's scary if they do. But for the most part, it seems pretty good. And she's done a lot of work, so she's probably pretty dialed in with what she needs. But it seems like, she's doing different copy. She's doing more like web page copy, and that's cool too. A lot of SEO stuff, it seems, because she mentioned Yoast. So I think she's probably super duper qualified, has a lot of experience in that. You get these crazy clients that when you're doing that type of work too, real estate course creation, maybe the realtor, I had crazy realtor clients, and they they ghosted me and then expect you to know what's happening, and then I don't know. And so who knows the story there. Yeah, and she said I sent the client an updated draft on the 17th of October. I don't know. Freelancers, the client only responded after 3 months. Yeah, the client only responded after 3 months, even though I clearly asked him to provide his feedback. And also, the client never activated the milestone for further work, and therefore his claim is completely unjustified. So, yeah, I don't know. This is why I don't get into the milestone stuff, to be honest. It's like, it's so much easier when you're just paying for hours and you just, I don't know. It's just, it makes more sense to me because you don't run into these milestone situations and activations and this and that. And I don't know. Yeah, this is another thing. Overall, the writing was very good. Our site has strict editorial guidelines in the first draft. So, I think that most of her stuff is site writing. Really nothing to do with books. So we're just going to basically get rid of that one. And you guys see that, like, it's just, I don't know, just not a good match. And while we're at it, wait, was it Nicole? No, we left Cynthia, right? Yes. And then, yeah, Nicole. We're going to lose that one for now. Okay, and now for our final right now, let's get into Nayla. Okay, dear hiring manager, I've been a passionate writer since my early years. I've worked countless on my blog with oh my God, I can't read. Okay, sorry. I've been a passionate writer since my early years. I've worked countless on my blog with the time I have, and also working on my book review Instagram account, blah, blah, blah. I am very driven and enthusiastic to work and have always wanted to freelance work and think online media is the best kind of work for inspiring authors. Okay. I don't know, Neil. It doesn't look like you have book experience here. I'm very passionate about writing and thoroughly enjoy reading. I spend my time on my personal blog and book review Instagram account where I get most of my writing experience. I've been writing creatively since 5th grade, and within the last few years have been working on writing professionally, since this is the career path that I believe best fits me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just looking for someone more qualified. I think, maybe before books, we start to get into some content writing and just kind of refining and tightening your writing skills, because I think that there's a lot of improvement there. So, yeah, I think we're going to probably put that into the no bin for right now. And then, yeah, I think that this is a good, I'm going to basically keep this around. I'm definitely going with Brian. I'm definitely going with Luau. I think Valerie, I think it's great, but, I don't know. I don't want it to be super robotic, right? I want soul. And I know that these two guys can deliver me more soul. I think Cynthia can deliver me soul. And I don't think, David's going to be a good fit. I'm going to keep Philip around for screenwriting, because I think he's going to really help with my videos. And I think for Sheila, I just don't think that while I think that she's super qualified, is going to be a great match for right now. So this is what I think I'm going to do to kind of put this to an end. I know it's been a long video, and hopefully you guys stuck with me here. But yeah, I'm going to be in correspondence with definitely those two guys, Cynthia for the book, and Philip's going to be on videos, David's going to be on content writing, and I believe also Rachel and Samantha will be getting some content work. At least I'll be able to hook them up with some clients. So, guys, I know that this was a super duper long video. Hope it was useful. Hope you guys got something out of this, at least one thing. Because again, this is like one of the most important things you should be concentrating on, especially early on, is making sure that that these connects that you're spending are worth it. So yeah, guys, awesome that you stuck with me through this whole thing. Again, I think that there was just super awesome people that applied to this, and I'm excited. There's going to be more people that are applying. Maybe I'll do another version of this. I don't know if you guys like this stuff. I can keep going with it. And then, yeah, so that's it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.